Welcome to the third and final course of this three-part Principles of Economics series. This third part I like to think of as the big picture because, well, we're studying macroeconomics, the big picture. Here we will examine the measures we use to gauge the health of national economies and study the theories and policies aimed at improving that economic health. We're going to start first with our macro measures. So we're going to begin with a study of macroeconomics, examining three main measures of the health of an economy. We're going to start with gross domestic product, then we're going to look at the consumer price index, and we're going to study unemployment rates. Then once we understand our measures, we're going to take a look at theory. We're going to start with economic growth. The study of economic growth is concerned with increases in a nation's long-run standards of living. We examine the theories and policies aimed at reducing poverty and lifting people up. Then we'll look at labor markets. We're going to look at the forces that drive labor supply and demand and the reasons for unemployment through the search and matching model of labor. Then we're going to look at savings and consumption. Here we take a more in-depth look at how changes in income and interest rates affect personal consumption. Now we're going to turn our focus to savings and investment. In savings and investment, we study the market for what we call loanable funds, or the market of funds that are available to be loaned out. In this market, the supply of loanable funds comes from our national savings. The demand for loanable funds is for private investment. We're mostly concentrated on firms borrowing to purchase the tools, equipment, machines, and factories that help them be productive. Then we turn our focus to money and monetary policy. We're going to look at the roles of money in the economy, and we're going to look at how monetary policy is employed by the Federal Reserve to control the money supply in the United States. Then we're going to put it all together in our aggregate supply and demand. We're going to look at our one graph to rule them all, precious are precious. Aggregate supply and demand adds up all the little pieces of the puzzle into one big picture. And then finally, we're going to look at fiscal policy, where we discuss different viewpoints on the role of government in the economy and how the government conducts fiscal policy. When you're done with this third and final part, hopefully you have a better understanding of the macroeconomic world that surrounds you. Hopefully you'll be able to watch the economic news with a more discerning ear. Hopefully you'll have a more informed viewpoint about the costs and benefits of economic policy. And finally, hopefully, you've learned to look at the world around you through the eyes of an economist.